Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for, we're doing the week of December 5th. In your current general energies, I love this. You have this Jupiter card. It says abundance on it. So there definitely could be some sort of increase in your abundance. I would say that it has to do with either like some sort of new beginning, based off the fact that you have the Magician. You also have the World, which would represent completion and then a new beginning. And then you have this Between Worlds card, which is also kind of like a new beginning in some ways, but I feel like there could be a lot of abundance. There's definitely an element of needing to take action here, of course. I mean, Chariot, Emperor, you literally have this action card right here. So I feel like you've been kind of like thinking about something in your life that you want to do. And look at this. Right here. Are you kidding? This card says beginnings on it here, Capricorn. So, exactly what I was talking about. But, I feel like there's something you've been thinking about taking action on. And I would just say that I feel you need to just go for it here as well. If this is a person that you're interested in, by the way, I feel the color purple could be like their favorite color. It's standing out to me on this card. Normally, I don't pay attention to stuff like that on cards, but when I do, I kind of take it as a message, so I feel that here. The other thing that's standing out to me about this card is the grapes that are on it. And grapes in the tarot, I realize that this is not a tarot card. I realize this is an oracle card, but, the grapes in the tarot represent something that requires like a good deal of skill to be able to grow. So I feel like you have a skill that could be like very profitable for you. So any of you who are thinking about like getting a job or doing something based off of a skill that you have, I would go for it. You have the Magician, the Emperor, and the Seven of Swords here. I do get like for some of you, just like a little side message here. I feel like you could be leaving behind someone who was like a liar, cheater, stealer. And I feel like you're charging towards true love right here. I mean, like literally, look how this is set up. Chariot, Lovers to the King of Cups. So for those of you that want love, I feel like there's like new love coming in for you. You have the Magician showing up, and of course, the Magician can represent needing to have a new beginning. Sometimes, intuitively, I read the Magician as like needing to get moving, needing to get started. I love the Magician, of course, really good card for manifestation, law of attraction practices, stuff like that. But sometimes I think like he's normally pointing down to the earth. And literally, if we were using a traditional deck in this reading, he would be pointing to the world right here. So it's like something, I feel intuitively that something needs to be manifested here on Earth. I feel like something needs to be brought into your reality, and it's probably something that you've been planning for a long time. I love this Emperor in this deck. You can see that he has that castle that is kind of like a crown. So I feel that a lot of you have been kind of like building some ideas of how to build your own castle or your own kingdom. Literally, when we get to the Chariot, we're going to talk about this, but on a traditional chariot, he's moving away from the city that is behind him, and he's probably going, we don't really know, but he's probably going to find his own city, his own place where he can be the emperor, his own emperor, right? So I feel that some of you are kind of like looking for a place to build your own city or kingdom, whatever you want to call it. You do have the Seven of Swords here. Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing. I definitely feel some of you have dealt with this in the past with a person, and I feel like you're just moving towards new love if that's the case. For all of you, what I would say is that the Seven of Swords is traditionally a card of tactics. He's normally stealing the swords from an army that's in the background. And it's definitely popping into my head that, I think you have pretty big goals right now. And you could be thinking like, oh, I don't have the resources, or, how am I going to accomplish this? I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm too whatever. Like a lot of those thoughts are kind of popping into my head. I feel like the Seven of Swords is saying like, feel the fear and do it anyway. So it doesn't matter if you're too young, too old, too whatever, if you don't have the money, if you do have the money, like nothing matters is what I'm getting here about like something you've been dreaming of or something that you've been building. This is deeper than a dream because I feel like you've been kind of building something in your mind, like that Emperor card. With the Magician, you have the High Priestess. The Hangman. And I'm losing my mind because like every single person has had the Hangman and the High Priestess in their readings. So, there you go. But you have the Hangman here. I feel like you sacrificed enough. I'm kind of getting like more that this is nothing. I think this is more of an energy, that Hangman for you. I feel like the universe recognizes the sacrifices you made. And so the universe is just saying like kind of like opening up here, if that makes sense. With the Emperor, you have the Nine of Wands. Yes, I feel like you need to try again. I always get this feeling for you, Capricorn, that some of you have maybe been like working on something, or you had some business ideas in the past that didn't work out, or some relationship ideas that didn't work out. And the Nine of Wands, I feel, saying don't give up now, keep trying. I would also focus on experimentation. You are definitely one of the signs that I feel could benefit from experimentation the most. As I always say, I have a ton of planets in Capricorn myself, and I experiment like crazy. Look at this channel, and yeah, it drives some people crazy, and your experiments will drive people crazy, but I don't know, I think my results speak for themselves. So, I definitely recommend it. I would do it. With the Seven of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles. Everybody's had it's crazy to me as well that every single person has either in this deck or in this deck here has had the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups in their reading. So you could be attracting a person, and that's kind of what I feel. I feel that almost the King of Cups and King of Pentacles in these readings is like an archetype of a person that we could all find ourselves being very attracted to right now. And it doesn't matter what gender or anything like that, but I would say it's someone who's like very stable, who wants something long term, but someone who has like very deep emotions and who's willing to express those emotions. But I think what's more important with the King of Cups in these readings at this time is that the King of Cups, he doesn't care like about what's going on in his world. He understands that he creates his own reality on the highest vibrational form of him, right? You can see on this King of Cups that, well, this is actually a lady, but it's the King of Cups, and you can see that she's like kind of standing above those waves, and it's like she looks very powerful here in this position. So, in a lot of ways, I see this as kind of, us attracting a person who's like immovable, who's an immovable force, someone very stable, and I think that's what everybody is maybe attracting right now. And I don't think the sign matters. It could be any sign that you're attracting. Like I said, it's more of an archetype. And by the way, this archetype could also fit for businesses, careers, things that you're working on as well. Next, in the area of what you don't see coming, you have this action card. I feel you are taking action, and I feel that it's kind of funny because maybe what I'm getting here is this totally unexpected, or do you really not see this coming? I would say no. I think it's just more you're surprising yourself with how much energy you have, especially for those of you that are having a new beginning in work, love, business, spiritually, in your health, whatever. You have very busy cards here. Two of Pentacles and Chariot. Two of Pentacles is hard work. Chariot is like really taking control and making something happen. So, and it's also a card of momentum. It's like as you build things start moving quicker and quicker and quicker. So I kind of feel really that it kind of reminds me of like if you've ever been sick. I always use this example. If you've been sick, sometimes I think you get sick and you're just like, I'm never going to feel better. For you, I feel like maybe you've been tired for like for this whole entire year. But now it's like you have energy. But before that, I think you're like, oh my God, I'm never gonna get up off the couch again. I can't. And I think that's what's unexpected here is you have like an unexpected burst of energy coming in here. And I think this is a good thing, obviously, because you're gonna be feeling motivated. And I feel like you feel like moving forward. With the Two of Pentacles, it's interesting as well because I kind of feel this Two of Pentacles is more saying that you're kind of like having these small wins, which I'm pretty sure I said something about in one of your last readings, Capricorn. And I feel like one small win is leading to another small win. And it's like as you have these small wins in like business or whatever you're working on, doesn't matter. It could be love as well. It's like as you have small wins, even if it's like with a new person, I feel like the momentum builds. It's like it builds and builds and builds and things start moving faster and faster and faster. And so because of it, it's kind of like a self-feeding type of situation. You have this, infinity symbol up here. Infinity is just the exchange of energy. So for a lot of you, it's almost as if you're kind of really plugging in here. And I'm pretty sure I've used that word for you before, where it's just like there's an endless amount of energy in a new beginning that you're having. And because of that, it's like easy for you to just give because it constantly is feeding back into you. You have the World here. Definitely some sort of accomplishment that you are having. A lot of you, I feel, are wrapping up cycles in general, and you're probably removing yourself from something that was stealing your energy. And with the Chariot, again, there's a city behind him. And, when you think about it, there would be a lot of competition in a city. So if he were to like start a business or get into a relationship, for example, there would be a lot of competition. And I feel that for you, Capricorn. Like if you were in a relationship, I feel like this person, maybe you were with a person who was always giving other people attention, right? I feel if this is business, same thing. Maybe you were in a business where there's a lot of competition. But it's almost as if this reading is saying that you're, like, I feel like things have finally built up to the point where you're about to set yourself apart. No one will be like you in the very near future, is what I feel here, Capricorn. Of course, I don't think this is going to be like an overnight transformation, but I do feel you could be going through the type of transformation where people aren't going to recognize you in the future. And it's kind of interesting because that seems to be like an earth sign energy right now. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Cups. I feel the more focused you are on what you want, the quicker it's going to happen. So I would definitely be focusing. With the World, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Love it. Definitely a lot of abundance and success. I also love the Ten of Pentacles right now because it doesn't focus, and it's exactly what we should be focusing on. Ten of Pentacles is like building or leaving a legacy, and it is a card of good money and things like that, but intuitively right now, I feel for the most part that the Ten of Pentacles is talking about all of us, everybody, as a collective, building permanent situations in our life, like permanent businesses, permanent relationships, whatever it is you want. So it's not something, again, that's going to happen overnight, but I do feel that you're kind of like working on your 10 Pentacles. With the Chariot, you have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is kind of like resting, relaxing, recovering. I feel like you've been praying for a change, though. Normally, like the guy is like praying on the Four of Swords, so I feel like you've been praying and hoping for something different to happen in your life. Next, we are going to look at what's coming towards you. You have this Between Worlds card. Clearly, you are in between worlds. I feel like you could be going through a change here. You can see that this flamingo is going from one side to the other, and it's like stepping into color. Its life is improving. So I feel for a lot of you, things are improving significantly. And I also feel for you that it's like you're stepping into the new earth, as some spiritual teachers say. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Lovers. Old earth, new earth, right here. So I feel this Five of Pentacles is maybe the way that you used to talk about yourself, the things that you used to say, or the beliefs that you used to have in your life. And Five of Pentacles to me says, do not feed the wrong side. You even have the Justice card right next to it, and justice is cause and effect. It literally says, like, if you think Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. So if that's what you're doing, then that's what you're going to get with the Justice card. If you're just focusing on your strengths and being positive, then that's what you're going to get. So leave the old world behind. You have the Queen of Swords, which the funny thing is here, I'm just going to show you on the table. She is looking at the Three of Pentacles. Teamwork makes the dream work. Normally, the Queen of Swords, she has her sword up, she has her hand out, right? She's willing to receive. She's willing to kind of like work together with other people. I feel like maybe you're finally opening up and being open to the idea of working together with other people. So, that's kind of what I get here on the Queen of Swords, is that you are, open to working with other people. I don't know what else I was going to say there. It could be in love. You have the Lovers. Maybe some of you have been closed off to love, or, maybe you just haven't been focused on it. And so if you want love, I feel there could be love coming in. This doesn't even have to be love, though. It's clearly, this reading, I said new beginning, and then you have the beginnings card at the end. Clearly, I feel like you've been at a crossroads, and even the Chariot can represent being kind of at a crossroads, having a choice to make. And then you have the Lovers. This, to me, plain and simple, says pick the new path. If you have like any new ideas, pick the new idea. That's kind of what I feel here. So, for a lot of you, I feel like if it's not love, then you're moving towards something that you will love, like, it could be a business, a career, whatever, something that fulfills your heart. Let's put it that way. Let's see. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Swords. Yes, Knight of Swords, here's the thing, is like, sometimes I think we start something new relationship, new business, new whatever, and things don't exactly work perfectly, or something tiny happens and we get upset. I feel like this is saying, like, don't run back to the old beliefs. That's old Capricorn. You want to move towards new Capricorn. So, if something happens, just say, hey, this is a little molehill that I can easily accomplish, I can easily overcome. And I think if you believe that, then you'll be fine. I also wouldn't be forcing anything. And Knight of Swords, on a traditional deck, the knight, like the horse, looks stressed out. It kind of represents forcing something to happen. With Mars retrograde, I wouldn't force anything to happen. As I always say, I just like let things happen. And again, there's like a difference between, like, some people say like don't work during Mars retrograde or whatever, or like, you're not gonna want to work, which isn't true. It's like I've wanted to work more than all year combined since this Mars retrograde. Like, it's increased my energy, but because this flows for me, right? So I think it's more important to focus on what flows and get rid of the things that don't flow, right? That's what I'd be doing here. With the Queen of Swords, you have the King of Cups again. So some of you could definitely be attracting this like King of Cups person. Could be any sign. Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo with the World card kind of stand out to me. So could be one of the fixed signs coming in for you, but take it how it resonates. Could be any sign. And I feel it is that King of Cups type person that I was describing earlier. With the Lovers, you have the Emperor, definitely attracting a real boss. That's kind of interesting because multiple signs have had the Emperor and the Empress as well in these readings. So, a lot of us could just be attracting like our true divine counterparts, but I feel like you're attracting someone who's like a boss. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this settling card. It says your soul is telling you you're on the wrong path. That's how crazy is that? There's definitely a new beginning coming in for you. Something new is emerging, or a new source of income. I feel tons of money, so I wouldn't even worry about money, especially over like the next decade or so. I feel you could be building a lot of money and wealth over that period of time. And, that doesn't mean it's going to take you 10 years to get there. It just means that you're building and building and building, which is how I see it. So, I really feel earth signs in general have the opportunity to create great wealth. I mean, I think everybody does, but it's going to require kind of like a process, building, working on it, educating yourself, all those things. But definitely see that here. I feel like some of you could be thinking about a past person. And I think if you're being honest with yourself, it's like this is settling for sure. Definitely popping into my head. I feel like this person was lazy. This isn't even in the cards. It's just like intuitive. I feel like this person was lazy. And I also feel like they, you don't really have anything bad here, but intuitively, I feel like they want attention. They're just like a attention person, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. But, I feel like they like getting attention from a lot of people. So, I feel like there's something significantly better if you want love coming in for you. You have the Justice card, Three of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. It's kind of crazy to me that I've been saying all year that justice is the answer to the next 10 years, meaning that if you're working on something, put energy in. If you get energy back, keep going. If you don't get energy back, stop and make some sort of change or try something different, right? I feel justice is the answer to the next like 10, 20 years at least. And so I would be focusing on like the return of energy that you get from everything, businesses, business ideas, jobs, job ideas, pretty much everything. I would be focusing on the return of energy with this card. If you are dealing with something legal, by the way, there could be kind of like, it's kind of interesting. Three of Pentacles does not represent this, but intuitively, if you're dealing with something legal, there could be some sort of middle ground or some sort of balance going on here. Three of Pentacles also says teamwork makes the dream work, as always. So, how many times do I need to say it to you, Capricorn? I'd be working on a team if I were you, because there's clearly a lot of abundance or success coming in from like teamwork or working on a team. I also feel like you're kind of like, intuitively I get that your future self is saying like, don't stop. Like if you're bumping up against an obstacle right now, I feel like this is saying you need to overcome that obstacle. Like you're slowly breaking down the barrier. And I feel like you need to keep pushing. I don't know. Someone needs to hear that. And you have the King of Cups. Again, I do feel this is a person that your future self wants you to pay attention to. Definitely love for a lot of you. If you don't want love, the other thing is that the other thing that I'm getting here is that with the King of Cups twice, I feel like you need to be like your future self wants you to look into things that are new. But I mean, like new in the world. So there could be like new ideas. There could be maybe there's like a company that pops up that's new. And maybe what they do in the world is a new like technology, a new something, right? Somebody needs to hear that as well. Maybe a bunch of you. It's like, this could also be like a business. Maybe you have a business idea for something that's completely innovative, totally new. I would definitely be working on it, or that's the direction I'd be going in here. With the Justice card, you have the Nine of Cups. Yes, you get what you invest your energy into. Nine of Cups literally is my card of bathing in an energy. It is a card of fulfillment, a card of making a wish as well. But to me, it says if you want something, you have to be the energy before you can have it. So I feel a lot of you, and that makes perfect sense with justice, because justice is cause and effect. If you are an energy, you will manifest the energy, whatever it is. So That's what I'd be working on here, Capricorn. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Six of Pentacles. Love it. Planting seeds. I see you working a lot. Some of you, very surprisingly as well, some of you might have like no desire to be an entrepreneur for example, but like maybe in the near future you have like multiple businesses, and this could be kind of like unexpected, I feel, but I also feel it's going to be producing results with that Six of Pentacles. And with the King of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. Are you kidding me? Definitely love coming in for you here, Capricorn. It could be any sign. For some of you, it could be a fire sign as well with the Emperor. Could be an Aries, but could be any fire sign, I feel. But definitely a perfect match. And again, if you're not looking for love, and even if you are, I feel like your future self is saying that there is something that your soul matches up to, but it's like something that you're working on, like a project, a business. Could even be just writing a book or a creative project. And I would get moving on whatever that is, because it looks very abundant to me. We're going to pull 3 cards now, 1, 2, and 3 right here. So feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of a question. But 1, 2, 3, I'm going to answer 1 question. If you don't have a question, that's fine too. I'm going to put all 3 together and just do a personalish reading. So I'm going to read the cards now. So pause. You have the Hierophant, Strength, and the Six of Cups. I would say that like some of you, I feel like, have been very patient in like kind of mastering something, and I feel like you're about to master craft. And it's pretty crazy that I said at the beginning of the reading as well that some of you could be almost revisiting like an idea in work or business, something you've been working on for a long time. If you're revisiting something and kind of like bringing it back to life, then I feel there could be a lot of success there, obviously. For others, I feel like you are thinking about like a past person, which is shown up here. But again, I feel like you're settling. So, and you know this too. If this message is for you, I feel like you don't want to admit it, but you are also saying yes. So, I feel like that you've been settling for a person. I think if you really think about it as well, that you got nothing out of the situation. It's like, I think this other person got everything out of a situation, so I would definitely be careful of that. The other thing that I would say here is that I feel like there's a turnaround coming in for a lot of you. Six of Cups to me is a gift from the universe. The Hierophant really says that you've earned this. So does the Strength card as well. Strength card, normally she has her hands in a lion's mouth. And to me, it's kind of like a card of showing off in a good way. She's doing something difficult. She's putting her hands in a lion's mouth. As they always say, who in the right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? The answer is nobody. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be being rewarded for like your hard work. But really nice reading here, Capricorn. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.